So, are you one of the many golfers out there whose range game is pretty good? You can hit the ball well there, but when you get out on the golf course, it just completely disappears. Well, I'm going to tell you in this video 3 things that you absolutely have to do to be able to make sure that your course game is a little bit more like your range game. So I'm Jonathan Chan with JChownGolf. Let's dive right into it. So the first one here, and this is so unbelievably common, every single course lesson I've ever given, this has been a problem, and this is your alignment. So when we're hitting balls on a driving range, we're hitting balls on a mat. Most of the time, most of you out there are hitting in the direction of the mat, so your alignment is normally going to be taken care of. On the golf course, we don't have that luxury. We have to aim ourselves on where we want to go. So it's like here, for example, so many golfers will be getting up to that golf ball, just walking up to it, looking down the target very vaguely. They'll hit a shot then, and boom, they've hit it way offline. And they're thinking, oh my God, what have I done with my golf swing to make that ball go offline? It's not got anything to do with your golf swing. It's because you've been lazy in getting yourself to line up properly. Take your time to line yourself up, because if you're not lining yourself up properly, if I'm going here and aiming to the right of the green when I think I'm aiming at the flag, I'm going to have to manipulate my swing to get the ball to go onto flag. So I'm going to hit a pretty poor shot. My swing technique is not going to be great for that shot. Easy thing to do here, guys. Just make sure before you take that shot, look at someone like Justin Rose when he's going in, he's in his pre-shot routine here. He'll be really methodically trying to get his spot that's in line with his target and just in front of him, which is called the intermediate target. He'll be lining his club up so he can see that spot underneath his club shaft, and he'll be picking a spot really close to his ball, like we said there, an intermediate target, which is about a foot in front of you ideally. So again, guys, let's pick our intermediate target, which is a little bit spot right in front of me right here, which is aiming at my target. I'm going to go relatively at the flag here. So I'm going to get my club face, I'm going to set that down first, and then I'm going to look down my target, I'm going to set my feet and my body up accordingly. If it feels wrong, that's a good sign that you have been lining up wrong a lot. So even if it feels wrong, that's okay. And then just commit to that and put a comfortable swing on the golf ball. So like we said there, alignment, so important. That is one of the massive main differences between driving range, golf course. Driving range, we're lined up every time. Golf course, we're not. We have to make sure that is there. So the next one here, the second tip, really goes into that first one a little bit as well. Pre-shot routine. We have to have a pre-shot routine and do it properly. Not do a really rubbish looking pre-shot routine. We need to do a proper one. So, like we said, alignment is part of it. Making sure you're picking your line, doing, like we said, the Justin Rose technique, getting the club to look and really go down your target, picking that intermediate spot a foot in front of you. Easier to aim at something that's a foot in front of you than 200 yards away. Simple way to view it. But we also need to be thinking here, okay, what type of shot am I going to hit? So for me here, extremely windy day, I'm going to want to hit one a little bit lower for sure. So I've only got 150 yards here. Not a long shot on this par 3. So I've got a club that actually I hit 170 yards. So I've got a 7-iron. Why I've got a 7-iron is because I'm trying to hit one that's staying a little bit more underneath the wind, do it more through club selection rather than in swing. So I'm just gripping down, being comfortable with it, having a nice smooth swing going in there. So what I'm doing, I'm looking, right, where do I want to aim for this? I want to aim a little bit to the left because that wind is massively left to right. My ball flight's going to keep it lower, so then that's not going to have as much movement with the wind, and I need to be visualizing it, really visualize it. But here's the thing. Once I've felt my swing for that and I've visualized that shot, I've got my alignment figured out, when I start walking into the golf ball, I've just got to go through feel. I don't need to be thinking of masses amount in my head here. I want to then, I've done my thinking here. This is my place to think behind the golf ball. As soon as I start walking in there, I'm focusing on target and executing that shot. So let's go here. I've got my alignment. I'm going to aim a little bit left of the flag. I'm going to let the wind drift it back, but I'm also going to let my club selection keep the ball flight down, a little bit grip down, softer shot. So that's my intention. No thinking about it right now. I'm just focusing on lining myself up nice. Okay, everything's good. Now I'm just going to swing nice and smooth, and that's all I can do, then accept what happens afterwards. So as you can see, it started out to the left, the wind's bringing it back just a little bit. It's just on the left-hand side of the green. Now I've got a makeable putt for birdie. Now you would have thought there, I did not think about a massive amount of things over the golf ball. Like I said, when I was over that golf ball, a good smooth swing on it, trying to hit that middle of the club face. Don't be having tons of swing thoughts when you're out and playing. It will be absolutely useless to you. Think of your swing thoughts behind the ball. When you go into it, get into your target. That is how you play a little bit better golf when you're out on the golf course. Pre-shot routine, so important. So alignment, pre-shot routine, very basic stuff. Almost you might be thinking it's too basic. Where's the secret to playing better golf on the golf course? There isn't one. It's ultimately more time working on your golf swing will get it onto the golf course. Don't force it out here, but you can do something to help speed it along quite considerably. Now this really here, as you can see, I've got multiple balls down. This depends on coming to the golf course like I am right now at a quiet time. So at a quiet time, what you want to do, bring a bunch of balls to a certain shot, put it down, work on your golf swing in the environment of the golf course. This is massive for your subconscious. I used to do this a lot back in my playing career. I used to always practice on the golf course. I would have my range sessions where I'll be working technically on my swing. I'll go and play here what we talked about. I'll be doing my alignment, making sure my pre-shot routine's good. Then I'll chuck a couple balls down and now I can get back in the mode of working on my golf swing, the technical aspects. So like we say, we're much more in comfortable type of environment on the driving range. There's no real negative thing that's gonna happen if we hit a bad shot. We need to create that a little bit here on the golf course as well in a practice situation, so then we can associate hitting good shots on the golf course. Because if I put a bunch of balls down here, I'm working on my swing technically. So for me, really trying to open my chest up through impact, really do feel just like I'm on the driving range, but I'm on the golf course. Let's hit a couple. Doing shots like that, kind of like a little stingery one down there is going to help me massively to feel more comfortable out on the golf course there. So, because I'll be able to see, just like I do on the driving range, good shots go down there a little bit more often. Then I can really associate the good shots with the golf course. So it's just going to make me a little bit more comfortable out here, which is what most of you guys' problem is. You're really uncomfortable on the golf course. So really working on the feels you want in your golf swing. And really just having a little bit of a practice. So really doing that is going to help you massively. So last ball here, can I put one inside the one that I hit on the second bit when I was talking about pre-shot routine? Because both of those didn't go where I wanted them to exactly. So let's concentrate, let's get a little bit of a feel in here, really work on my technical aspects, and there will get you more comfortable out on the golf course. So work on your swing on the course. Now that, oh, leave it wind, come on, that's so good. Oh, wind blew it over there. So, as you can see, three things, very simplistic. Alignment, so important guys, really make sure your alignment's spot on. 2, pre-shot routine. Do it properly behind the golf ball. As soon as you walk in, just think about your target, executing the shot. 3rd, practice on the golf course, so important. It gets you more comfortable out here. Like I've said probably 10 billion times in this video, I've said comfortable so much. It does make it more comfortable because you can see good shots in the environment of the golf course. It's going to build up your confidence. We know golf is a game of confidence. So leave the swing work for the driving range, unless you're doing a little practice out here. When you go in and actually playing golf, just get into your target, get into your alignment, do the basics right, and you'll play a lot better. So if you enjoyed this video, of course, click that like button. If you want more golf instruction just like this, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button too to be notified every time I put out a video. So let's do these 3 things and you'll start playing a little bit better around the golf.